Hello, YouTube. I'm finally back with another Confessions of an Uber Driver. I look all around YouTube and I see, you know, all sorts of videos and, you know, all these videos on YouTube about Uber and Lyft drivers, being assaulted, about, having their cars stolen, and this goes for, Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Uber Eats, taxis, any type of rideshare vehicle. I'm looking at one now. Uber driver killed in DC on video after teenage girls carjack and kill him. And I see some drivers have tip jars on their consoles and people stealing them. Man steals Uber driver's car during ride.
Svetlana drove to this Starbucks on St. Rose Parkway in Henderson looking to pick up her next ride. But the man who requested the car didn't get in. Instead, he said the ride was for someone else. And that person she would never forget.
He was sweating, he was chewing ice, smelled pretty bad, like never had a bath. So obviously he was in some kind of crisis.
Svetlana Ubers at night to make a few bucks on the side. She's dealt with aggressive passengers
this story's
before,
from Las
but
Vegas.
last night she found herself in a dangerous situation.
Gentleman came in to the car, apparently was somebody else's account, who told me he's gonna go with me.
She says that she had a bad feeling but took the passenger anyway. She says he wanted to go to West Atlantic Avenue near downtown Henderson. But when they left the Starbucks parking lot, he asked for something unusual.
He asked actually for my phone first, and I couldn't give him my phone because I used the app for navigation.
And that's when Svetlana says he turned aggressive.
Through first mile, he asked me about the drop a few times, tried to intimidate me, made the comments like, oh, you never know who's picking up, it must be hard as a female driver.
Svetlana knew that something was off, and that's why she decided to pull into this McDonald's parking lot, and that's where she was forced to do the unthinkable.
He jumped, across my front seat. It looked like he tried to grab me too, but I closed the door, I moved, and I started running. People in drive-thru were looking at me crazy. I called the police through the Uber app.
He says the man didn't chase her, but when she looked back,
oh my God, it doesn't look like my car is theirs.
The man made off with her 2012 gray Nissan Altima. Svetlana says that her Ubering days are over. She wants the company to change its policy, that if you request the ride, you have to take the ride.
The problem is, that I'm picking up the people who,
or on top of that, if
a
driver has a concealed carry permit, they should be allowed to carry. That's crazy. I just want to know, for, I guess, shits and giggles, when is this going to make sense, Uber and Lyft? I see all sorts of videos, cars getting stolen, Uber drivers and Lyft drivers getting assaulted. I think and here's the deal, I have a concealed carry, a legal concealed carry in my state of Ohio, and I carry insurance through USCCA to protect me in case I ever have to use my weapon in self-defense. Here's the deal, here's the thing, Uber and Lyft, as a whole, their policy forbids it. Even if my state allows me to carry, and I have reciprocity everywhere I go, as far as Pennsylvania and Michigan and West Virginia, and I carry insurance, I think if the riders had to guess who's carrying and who's not, they might be less likely to try something if they know they could get a bullet in them. And I think if you let a few of us carry and see how it works out. And this is crazy, people having their cars stolen. How do I defend myself? My car is my livelihood, Lyft, and I basically use it to drive for you exclusively. And if someone steals my car or attacks me, I seen a video where a passenger pulled a gun on a driver. Wait a minute, I thought the rules forbade passengers from carrying too. If we gotta abide by the rules, why don't they have to abide by the rules? Any of my riders can pull a gun out on me and I'm defenseless because you pussies won't let me carry my legal concealed carry insured on my person while I'm driving. And I'm letting strangers into my car. Most of the time, I would never have to do anything, but just so riders know that we ain't taking no bullshit anymore, that we will pull our weapon. And it goes back to that girl in Cleveland who should have never been driving at 1 a.m. but pulled her legal concealed carry and got out of that situation. What'd she get for her trouble? She got fired. Our policy forbids it. Well, quit being pussies. We all carry insurance, because if something happens and we have to act in self-defense, if somebody's grabbing me from behind my seat and choking me, and I could pull out my gun and shoot them in the stomach while they're on the back of my seat, that would neutralize the situation. But, again, Uber and Lyft don't care about us. We're a commodity to them. And if we get killed or hurt, or we refuse to drive for them, then somebody else will step up in our place. And, there's all sorts of other stories like this. Lyft driver brutally attacked by passenger. Current affair. Terrifying attack on Uber driver caught on camera. Uber Eats driver Muhammad Anwar killed in D.C. by 2 teenagers. Savage Uber rider banned on Uber now gets slapped down by Lyft. Well, there are some stories, where riders get banned, but at the end of the day, we all have to get attacked first, or get hurt first, or have our car stolen first. Here's one video. Lyft driver beaten, robbed at gunpoint. That passenger had a gun. Why ain't we allowed to have ours? That's a question for Lyft. And Uber, why are we not allowed to have our legal concealed carries on us at all times while driving? Why? Answer me that, Lyft. Answer me that, Uber. Because at the end of the day, if I have to defend myself while driving on your platform, I have insurance that would totally spin doctor you free of anything. They would come after me, and I have insurance for that kind of stuff if I have to act in self-defense. So I carry a $40 policy, which is about half as much as I carry on my motorcycle. So if I was to run somebody over on my motorcycle, my insurance would cover that. I have the same level of insurance for my concealed carry. So why am I not allowed to carry it? Lyft driver beaten, robbed at gunpoint in South El Monte, this was reported by Fox 11 News in Los Angeles. And why does that passenger have a gun? Let's take a look at it here for a minute. I'm going to turn you around so you can see my TV and see this video. It's about 2 minutes and 1 second. So here we go. There doesn't appear to be any audio on this. So, and see, the guy's got the gun under the arm. Now, the policy, this was taped just in May at about 9:20 p.m. And here we go. We got a passenger with a gun. So Lyft, answer me this. How in the fuck was that passenger able to get into a rider's car and pull a gun? Answer me that, Lyft. But we're not allowed to carry, but these motherfuckers can come and carry on us? You know, and I bet you that gun isn't even registered. And look, it just happens to be a black guy. I don't like to make it about race, but these pussies like to pull guns. So, steals the guy's phone, and the guy's digging in his pocket for whatever change he has, so he don't have to get shot by this punk-ass motherfucker right here. He's a scumbag, and look, we could see his face. So, I apologize for the shaking, but look, this poor guy gets his phone stolen by this punk motherfucker right here, and this guy's got a gun, and then he jams it right into the dude's head. Is he banned? I bet not. But if we carry, and we're legal to carry, I mean, look at this poor guy just taking a beating, man. This was this year. This guy takes his phone, so he can't even call for help. It's ridiculous. You know, so it's just, I mean, this poor guy gets assaulted by this punk with a gun, an unregistered, unlicensed handgun. So the question bears out, let me set y'all down here. The question bears out is, why aren't we allowed to carry? I have my concealed carry permit. It's even got my nice little picture on it. I'm going to cover up my address so you don't see that. But there it is. I'm covering up my address because I don't want to put that out. But there it is. Mahoning County, Ohio, license to carry a concealed handgun. I got this, Lyft. You want me to send it in? I'll send it in right along with my driver's license. Don't have a problem with that. But I have a legal concealed carry permit, and I can't carry. Oh yeah. Oh dudes. Guess what else? Lyft. This is my USCCA card that says that I have insurance. I'm a USCCA member. So why can't I carry? This insurance covers me if I have to defend myself. I'm going to get arrested. My car's probably going to get impounded. You know, so why can't I carry? I have all the necessary documentation to prove that I'm legal to carry a concealed handgun in the state of Ohio, and I have reciprocity in West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and Michigan, which are all places I've been. So why can't I carry? If you're worried about the liability, Lyft, there is none. You know, you're worried about a lawsuit, but how many more people have to get hurt and robbed like that guy in Los Angeles, or Lyft driver shot at by two suspects in Detroit. I've been to Detroit. This looks like it's at nighttime. Uber rider damages driver's vehicle. Lyft driver robbed. Uber Eats driver killed in carjacking by teens. Racist Uber rider tries to scam me for a free ride. Kid attacks Uber driver. So how many? Lyft, Uber? How many more of us have to get hurt or killed by punks that don't care about the policies because they'll have a car next week? They only care about getting through this week. And they don't care who they hurt or who they shoot. And, man steals Uber driver's car in Fort Myers. Local Uber driver's car stolen by passenger in Kalihi. I guess that's in Hawaii. Okay. 3 savage female riders attack Uber driver. Yeah, so I was pulled over while I was driving for Lyft. Corrupt cops said I was speeding. Uber driver has car stolen. Yeah. Uber driver forced to help robbery. Uber riders get heated at driver over mask policy. Woman attempts to steal Lyft driver's car in Tempe, that's Arizona. Now, granted, we're not all, Uber passenger steals from driver as he helps with luggage. Now, I carry my extra key fob on my waist, so if I have to get out of the car to help a rider, I lock the doors. Nobody gets into the passenger compartment until I do. That's a way I protect myself because I do leave the vehicle running. A lot of these are Uber driver's fatal confrontation with armed man. Lyft driver shot in chest by passenger trying to steal car. I mean, come on, Lyft. All you got to do is look on YouTube and see all these people with these dash cams. Uber rider claims driver emailed her after trip. Honestly, we don't get emails and we don't get actual phone numbers. We get proxy phone numbers that get forwarded. Oh, Uber rider kicked out. Cancel mid-trip scam. Now, I'll be honest with you. I've never had this happen to me before, but when I was in Cleveland driving on the same day I got that ticket in Poland Village, I was in Cleveland. I was actually in Brook Park. I was near the IX Center, and this was after I dropped off Carson. who is one of the Browns coaches, and I get over to the girl. She peeks out the door, says 1 minute, and then while I'm sitting there with the timer running, she cancels the trip. Now, I've never been... It seems like Uber can do something about that. See, here's the deal. Once I, as a driver, say that I've picked up on Lyft, the customer can't cancel. They can add a stop if they want to, but that's about all they can do. They cannot cancel the trip. Neither can I. I can't cancel the trip either once I have them in the car and I say that I've picked up. 2 people in jail in connection with killing of an Uber driver. I mean, this doesn't... Uber rider steals driver's cars. Oh, here's one. Uber driver's SUV stolen at gas station. Now here's the deal on that. Today's cars, you have to have a 2014 or newer to drive for Lyft. I don't know what Uber's policy is on that. But come on, you can't leave the keys in it. You know, don't leave the keys in it, people. If you park anywhere, you know, if you get out... See, here's what I do. When I purchased my car, I was given a busted one. This still works, by the way, and it will start the car. Okay. If I have to get out for any reason where I'm going to be out of the car, like if I'm paying for gas or something, this key is in the ignition while I drive. Okay. If I got to get out to help a passenger with suitcases or walkers or anything, I get out, I hit the lock button on this one, which locks this set of keys inside the car, and it also has a panic button like most of them, so I could panic it and draw a lot of attention to it. So I always carry the extra key fob to my car. You never know when it might come in handy. The spring's busted on this one, but it still works. It'll still start the car if I need it to. But that's what you gotta do. You know, but don't leave the keys in it. So, just some tips for Uber drivers since we're not allowed to carry. I still carry this. This is not long enough to be considered a weapon, but if I know where to stick it, I'll kill you. And I know where to stick it if I need to stick it somewhere. I know where to stick it to kill you. And with a blade less than 6 inches, it's not considered a weapon, but I still got enough metal to kill you. Trust and believe. So carry some kind of weapon if you can't carry your firearm. Carry a knife. You know, something, so you could defend yourself. And that's not the only thing I keep at my disposal near my seat that I can ruin your life with. Trust me. Second of all, never leave the keys in the car. The Uber driver's SUV stolen at Cleveland gas station. I bet you he left the keys in it. This is surveillance video, probably.
Rob, that woman left her keys in her Nissan SUV when she was just feet away at the park.
There it is. Left the keys in the ignition. Even if you're getting out to get gas, take the freaking keys. It's not rocket science here. These modern cars have these key fobs like mine, have a very specific chip in them that, and I'm not going to show you all the ridges, but there's ridges in this key, laser cut. Even if they duplicate these laser ridges without this key head, the car won't start. This has an RFID chip in it. It's got to be in the ignition. So if it's not in the ignition and someone breaks into your car, it'll take them 20 years to figure out how to bypass the system with this, system to disable the immobilizer. So they can, without this, they can hotwire that car all they want to. It will not start without this. They also say never set these near the door. You see where they're at. They're on me. That way nobody can even kick in the door and grab these and take my car. Because these are not anywhere near the door. So that if someone comes in the door looking for my car keys, they might find a bullet in their chest before they ever find those car keys. And I have a right to do that. But don't leave the keys in it. Second of all, feel out your riders. If they're shifty, put your hand on. I got a tire iron. My tire iron, expandable. So I can get some reach on it by flipping it out, and I'll bust your skull with it. So feel out your riders. Because if they're acting shifty or whatever, you could just feel them out. I talk to mine. You could get a good sense of it by talking to them. Other things. Know your route. If you drive, and I've driven in Cleveland several times to know the lay of the land. Always know the lay of the land in the area where you're driving. I know Youngstown and Warren pretty well. So know the lay of the land. Third thing would be what I do in my car. Is set the electronic brake when I'm parking. In addition to not leaving the keys in it when you put it in park. If you're going to leave the car for a minute, don't be like this stupid idiot in Cleveland. I wouldn't even drive in Cleveland after dark, and this idiot's leaving her keys in the car. So, that's the thing I'll say. If you leave your keys in the car while you run into the gas station for a cappuccino or a coffee, then you deserve to get your car stolen. There, I said it. Because there are a lot of bad people in the world. And they're rolling them dice that it ain't a police bait car. Because if it isn't a bait car, then there's no telling how far they'll get in it. But anyways, I don't have a third thing. Keep your keys on you. If you're in the car, you can have them in the car. Actually, my next car is going to be a push button start. Again, even if a suspect gains access to your car and you have a push button start, this thing on your waist says they can't go too far away if they steal it. Because the car will start when it's in proximity to the key fob, but as it gets further away from the key fob, the engine will shut down, leaving whoever stole your car stranded. So, if you have a push button start, always keep your fob on you at all times. All times. What I would do in those certain circumstances, if I ever get a push button start car, I'm going to get a dummy fob. It looks exactly like the real one, because they're going to demand a fob, and you give them the fake one and they take off and that car still shuts down, then they know they got had. But always keep your key, your fob, on you at all times. And I have on order, even if I get out and I have the real key. I ordered a actual one that looks like this. It costs $30, but there are no laser etchings in the key head, and the remote fob will not work the car. They'll stick it in, it won't turn. But anyway, I'll leave you with that. Y'all have a great day, and Uber and Lyft, let me carry my gun. You know, I'm legal for it, and I have insurance for it, so let me carry it. Policy or no policy, how many more of us have to get hurt or assaulted or killed? But I'll leave you with that, and with that, I gotta go. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.